Hello, folks. I'm the Red Red. This is Hollywood Animal. And last we left off, I believe two major things happened. Well, one fun thing, which is we won a Pollux. We won a Pollux for Best Picture at the start of last episode. And at the end of last episode, one major thing happened, which was we twisted the Film Alliance's arm. And Toxic Revenger, we managed to force them to go, okay, fine, you're allowed to make Toxic Revenger movies. You're allowed to use one of the few trash elements that you have. You're allowed to actually make movies with it. We were sitting on that for quite a while. It took us literally almost all of our influence. We also started building our level 3 sound stages here. We gave them to the mayor's son or his nephew, someone related to him to produce. And so we're going to have our construction teams go and rebuild them afterwards. But it's actually will be relatively cheap to do that. But the Toxic Revenger thing, we're finally working on the thing that we have been sitting on forever. I've been having our writers just go in and fetch idea after idea after idea, trying to get anything that'll let us create another trash element. We've researched all of the recipes, but now we're able to actually, and we're going to go ahead and we're going to write this. We didn't have... No. Finding Your Man had a detective as the lead. And the Toxic Revenger... The Toxic Revenger... we might change the name of that. It's what? Sci-fi, horror, action... Let's start it in Victorian England. Let's start in Victorian England. But where is it? Toxic Revenger, here. Poor loser endowed with incredible strength hath fallen into some chemicals. His body may be covered in stinking pustules and bleeding scads, but his soul is pure and thirsts for justice. We can do this without ticking off the... Yeah, and our scripts are now flat limited to 6 with a 3 artistic, 3... I don't know. Let's have the protagonists get killed or get punished here so that we can have a reoccurring antagonist. As for the antagonist, a heartless bureaucrat. Supporting characters will include a damsel in distress. Will include a femme fatale for some themes. Struggle for a better life seems obvious for a Toxic Revenger. Social rejection seems pretty obvious. What else do we want in this? Cursed deal. Then do we want the Heartless Bureaucrat? It's our main... Yeah, we're gonna go with Heartless Bureaucrat. And yeah, we'll stick it in Victorian England. Let's make it a little more balanced. Genres. Do we want to add... anything? Do we want it to be action? Maybe cut the action, thriller, reduce the thriller to like 25%, and it's just sci-fi horror. And then I like the Toxic Revenger as a sequel name, and what we're going to have to do to fulfill the requirements of what we need to do for the Trash King thing, that like our goal is to produce 6 sequels to this movie in 1 year, and I like the name of Toxic Revenger as a sequel name. And I'm trying to think of a good name. Heartless and the Hero. The Heartless and the Hero? I don't know. Yeah, I think we'll go with that. We don't have anyone to write this at the moment. And honestly, it doesn't matter how good this is. And you're a sci-fi writer, Billy. You're a misogynist, though. So, thriller, adventure... thriller, adventure, action. Boone, weren't you one of the people that we released? Ollie, you've gotten a couple of Polluxes. Cornelius? Why don't you... Wow. 230... Everyone's gonna be the same amount. Right? Okay. So, Cornelius, it's gonna take you the better part of a year to do it. Maybe if we cut elements, it would have taken less time. And if we did cut elements, it would... You know what? I'm not going to, though. We've waited this long for this to happen. We can wait a little longer. Silent Storm. You were a good movie of ours. You're at 6% 5K screenings, which is 50 times 6, which is 150, 300. I went to say set up distribution for you. You're allowed to take up to 300 screens on any given day. I'm no longer gonna pay for your continuation. Joey and Spencer and Watch the Skies. I'm gonna release this film. B+ in the Kingdom Mark. Only scored 6s. But we're going to have to start writing a lot of our own movies now. Well, I mean, we don't have to. We can still let them write their own movies. The screenwriters just write whatever they feel like based off of ideas that get slopped into us. They just won't be as good as the movies we write, which, sure, fine, okay. Maybe we'll have, I mean, we're the trash kings, right? We'll have our good movies and we'll have our meh movies. Milton Martinez, yeah, go ahead and repeat. Bob Gray, you are an amazing actor. The fact that you're not a star and you're not a things, I want to say, are you a character actor? Let's give you all the perks we can. You're gonna still want less than $1 million, and honestly, we are raking in money now. Yes. Level 3 sound stages are done. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause here and... Oh, I don't want to click on them. I want to right click on them. And... it'll still be quite a while until we actually can use them. This cast a spell on me. Is there a reason, like, we hadn't prepped its release? Watch the Skies was... going to be here. This is not fighting anything on its first week. At 8 stars, at 8 points. Oh, Gabriel. Unfortunately, passed away, 75. He was already suffering dementia. That's sad. Watch the Skies at 6 stars is taking 16 divided by 5 is let's call it 3 times 4, 6, 12,000 screenings as a first week. So I'm gonna go cast a spell on me. I'm gonna say you take 16 this week. Yeah, we'll run 2,000 for you. Irvine. Oh, Irvine's going to push us back, which is fine. Cast a spell on me. Oh, you were romance. We were holding you for Valentine's Day, weren't we? That was the whole premise of why we were going to hold you. So, in that case, let me go 3 shifts. I really don't know which of these movies is what anymore. Not that I think it really makes a big I mean, it could, but I think we'll be fine no matter which order we release things in. You are thriller, or an adventure thriller, with a clumsy oaf. Takes place on a tropical island. Been a little while. This is my... I'm actually recording this as a return after letting a lot of the... After quite a while, because I produced... Last time I played this game, I produced a lot of episodes at the same time because I was really enjoying it. And I'll probably end up doing the same thing this time. But as for... Is there even a woman in this? No, there's not. We'll go with this as... Release, cast a spell on me, pick up 15,000, 12, 10, 8,000, go with Irvine, start your advertising 8 weeks early, or 5 weeks early. 8 weeks is be excessive. And newspapers, billboards, radio, children. The standard for movies that don't really have a cohesive vision. There's a banquet here. Antagonist defeated. Evil persists. I don't think that's one of the things that will get us... Yeah. Immediately after finishing that banquet, let's hold another one. We need to build up our influence again. New story elements, Terry. I mean, yeah, just take another shot at it. We should probably put some other project into work, right? Even if it's not great, we need to keep producing something. Archie Beagle? What is this? It's a drama with some strong sci-fi elements. The dejected idealist. Did we buy this story? This feels like a bot story. As for cinematographer, yeah, Chester, you can take it. You're not a soundstage person. I'll say let's nominally put it on soundstage for any of the elements that will literally be improved by being on a soundstage. You can shoot them on that cheapo old soundstage 5. I mean, it's gonna be torn down. Like, this is gonna be like the last thing shot on it. So quality, yeah, it's still 30. The blue term Iris Deluxe is still 35mm black and white. So the Hespro 35 Extra is still better quality until our techs finish with it, which I don't know how long it's going to take, but it's still a while off, I believe. I still think it's well over a year off. I'm gonna say... Yeah, Jack, you can do this. We need a director. Herman? The detective. You're known for detective stories. Search for a killer. Prison break. I mean, there's a prison break in it. Otherwise, we're looking for drama. There is a love triangle. Will Doyle, you might actually be better suited for this. I'll give it to Doyle. As for our dejected idealist, I was looking for someone slightly younger. I'm gonna say let's give it to Edward, and his rival can be Pete. Criminal mastermind, I would like someone a little bit older. Edward, you'll fill that role. Let's approve and start rolling on this. Commercial motives. This was another movie that I shoved through the script doctor without really understanding this. With me literally reading this backward. Well, not backwards, but failing to read this chart correctly. Anyways, hit continue. Silent Storm, you're 8% of 300, which is... we can drop it. Joanne, you're established as a damsel in distress. Femme fatale or damsel in distress, either one you're good at. Silent Storm, you're going to archive. Watch the Skies has dropped to 22% of 10. So 2,000 screenings will be good for you. If we're that low, I can go like 4,000, 3,000, 2,000, because we have nothing else running here. And yeah, let's go ahead. Our next movie to release. Is there an easy way to look at the calendar? This is. We want a Halloween movie. So, are any of you classed as horror? No. You're all our sequels, actually. A Heart Returned. Let's start with that one. Is it gonna improve? No. Okay. It is not, again, what's... This is popular, and this is critical acclaim. It is critically panned. Well, in comparison to the other sequels that we produced. It's a sequel to Stolen Hearts. Pete Hodges plays cowboy. Joanne Spencer, yet again, damsel in distress. You can see why she's ticked into that role. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion between those. 3 shifts will... Okay. let's go here. I'm not caring about releasing it for Halloween because it's not really a Halloween movie. We want to make sure 16, and then we will give it a couple thousand. And then if we say 14, let's go 12,000, 10,000, 8,000. Irvine, go ahead, print it. We start the advertising campaign here, run through 4 weeks after. It is the same of I don't know what to give it, so let's just give it those. Billboards, newspapers, radio, and children's comics. Henry? Go back in. Old friend turned enemy. Ooh. Joe Sullivan. I like it. But you also go back in. Shards of the Sword. Spent $500,000 in production. So 6 stars. I'm guessing it doesn't have a lot of elements. Yeah. Go ahead. Start it on post. Let's give it to our best people that need some experience. Or could use some experience, don't really need. New story amount, villain's right-hand man. I'm gonna, real quick. Still none of these are fleshed out, yeah? Okay. That Toxic Revenger is gonna be the thing that gets it. Let's actually produce some ideas. Felix, you're a romance writer. Do you have any romance scripts? I mean, here's a hopeless romantic as the lead. But I'll give you the sci-fi one instead. Same basic premise. Banquet. Give me another one. Fred Carpenter won the mayoral elections with 53% of the vote. This will be his 3rd term in office. Carpenter had nothing to offer voters aside from charisma and popular slogans, wrote political scientist Andrew Cook in his L&A opinion column. It's a shame that people are satisfied with this. I mean, ancient evil. Wait, hold on. Hold on. Wasn't that one of the things? One of the things that we had nothing else for? Okay. We have just been sitting on this. You're an action writer. I'm gonna give you something to write. A civil war with a hopeless romantic, but it's an action movie? Sure. Go ahead and write it. Anthony Campbell, you're established as an adventure director for 3 shifts. Yeah. Let it premiere. Be at the Kano mark. 3 stars. Ooh. That could be worse. We have gotten worse off of the same level of production. we spent... I mean, we're just spending a lot on actually getting these movies out the door now. Your 18%, 2,000 is 400. Let me go set up distribution. I give you 400. Can I just say 500? 500, not 5,000. Again, same mistake. We can now pay for housemaids for our employees. Wardrobe, illegal gifts we would need to discuss with our guy. I mean, an assistant would be nice for us as well as them. Go ahead. Let's spend what we can on that. Archie Beagle. This movie can go ahead and actually start rolling. Let's get the security on it. Let's get a second unit since it's gonna take so long to... Wow, okay. Maybe we don't... Like, the second unit's not shaving a lot of time off of it. So, you're just gonna take quite a while to roll. It's fine. I'm gonna say let's pick which of these is going to be our Christmas movie. I'm thinking Star-Crossed Lances. Star-Crossed Lances. Suffered a little bit in post. Well, that's fine. The antagonist is an evil witch. We've got a damsel in distress. Who's our protagonist? A knight? Is that... It could be read as a woman in the background. This was... Oh, it's not actually going to be Christmas per se. Here we are. Let's go 16. I'm gonna rent 4,000 for this. We're gonna keep 15,000, then 12, then 10. Irvine, go ahead and print it. Same advertising campaign structure we always use. It is another... I mean, did this really have no real things to make it stand out? Huh. Okay, well, I'll accept it. I have no choice but to accept it. Like, I can't change it. Worried wife. Maurice? If I have you... Maurice, sorry. I need to actually check what kind of writer you are. You are a detective writer. Oh god, that's such a bad premise. A tropical island night. That I'm not even going to have you try to write that. You're just gonna go fetch us another thing. I'm gonna, you know what? I'm gonna trash that idea entirely. I'm gonna start trashing ideas. That one too. The other ones I'm not so sure are terrible as much as just mediocre. Let's keep holding these banquets. Got a warrior, Milton. What kind of writer are you? You're our sci-fi writer. I'm just gonna have you try for another idea. I'm pretty sure that warrior was not one of the things that we needed for new trash elements. So let's keep time ticking along. What we really are looking forward to is that the one movie, the Toxic Revenger movie, getting written. Watch this, guys. You profited us 5 million total. Betrayal. I don't know for sure, but it sounds like it could be a Toxic Revenger, a toxic... Nope. A Trash King element. And it wasn't. Terry, your historical action writer. This is historical... How about you write this one for us? That's some of our writers actually writing scripts. A heart returned. Bone Grinder didn't like it. Roy Cox of the Fun Times. Jeanette Foley. And Walter Wilson, Friday Partner, all gave it 3 stars. Okay. Mediocre. But that's a better mediocre than we have done in the past. And Joanne Spencer. Definitely, I can't think of the word. Damsel of Distress. It was literally just hidden from me, literally just on screen. This movie cost nearly $2 million. All said and done. Made both bandits and ambushes stale, which made the Amber Heart stale. Bounty Hunter. I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna let this tick over, and I'm gonna remember. Oh wait, no, it's already ticked over. Henry, your historical romance. I don't think that goes with the script, so I'm going to push you on finding another idea. I'm assuming the thing you did was not a trash element that we could do. Okay, so our Starcross Lances is going to be... I want... I mean, I can just wait. Like, we've reduced... I mean, we have 18 million banked. We've reduced the amount of movies we're currently sitting on. Space. Last place untouched by capitalism. You know the meme I'm referring to. Never actually played the game, but Curry, right? I'm much better with faces than names. You're a historical writer. Go fetch us another idea. Banquet done. Let's hold another banquet. Uh, 8 weeks at 10% of 2,200. Let's go. Yep. 200. 200. 200. 200. Yeah, you want a raise to 1,200 a month, sure. You're still asking me for pennies. 33% of 8,000, let's call it 3,000 screen. It's just for my brain to be, 4,000, 3,000, don't rent. 4,500. And then you're getting nothing on that last one. Jane Fisher. She looks like she's aged a little too. You can't see it, but we're now up to over 20 million, which is an achievement. So Jane Fisher, if I gave you everything you could possibly want, you would want pennies. Pennies. I mean, actually, she's not that great an actress. So she is asking a reasonable amount. You want to add... What do you want to add to the code? Wait, what? What are you adding to the code? What? The Toxic Revenger. No. You're doing... I'm gonna say you're gonna max... No, Gerstein might go up to 300. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's go 900. Yeah. Post-release analytics. After a film is released, analytics statistics report information about the audience came. Competitor actors, printing office will take years. Hush money. Sure, it'll be a couple of years. But cast a spell on me, organize everything again. If I said you're getting a Valentine's Day release, I want to give you up to 4,000. Actually, you probably won't know. Well, I'm not going to have anything else sitting there, so... Apply that. And then let's have a slightly more attack on release day. This is women, so it goes to Velvet Gloss. Boys won't like it, so not this one. But we can go radio, newspapers, and billboards. I don't know if that's good, but lovable rogue. That sounds like it could be a trash element. I don't think so. It's not. So, as a writer, Maurice, you are a detective writer, a historical space cowboy. Okay. Thriller detective goes hand in hand. Science fiction, modern, ambitious woman. That actually sounds like a good thing for detective style writing. Star-crossed lances. We're gonna release that. 6% of 200 and distribution. So 3 shifts. Performance analytics. No. I will go ahead and say that one can just go in. If it costs us influence, we need to wait for our more core movies. Bone Grinder gave it 1 star. I mean, it's an A at the Kino mark, but otherwise 3 stars across the board. No one leveled up as far as I can tell. Spent $1 million on promotion. Made damsels in distress a little meh. Okay, so first, banquet. If we're gonna fight, if we are literally punching our way through the Film Alliance to be allowed to release Toxic Avenger movies, we've got to constantly buff our influence. No two ways about it. Second, silver coins. You've got a thing going on. The red dog known to the world as Rocky, who followed the main character everywhere since the first film, sadly died right on the set. Rumors are flying that this happened because the lighting crew gave him whiskey in his dog food. Rocky was a fine dog, as charming as it was playful. Finding a replacement will not be easy. Well, stop filming until we find an equally charming dog. Like, there's no reason to rush this. We don't have to. We have plenty of money now. We're no longer rushing anything in our movies, where we are just making money hand over fist. Joanne, you know what you're worth. Asking 600,000, you might have been able to squeeze out more of us, but I will pay just about any actor that is a superstar this amount. No questions asked. Jasper Day. You're a cinematographer. Sure. Are you? Let me just be certain. You're an 8-star cinematographer. You're a good one. You're neither a drunk nor any kind of other thing that would be just excessively bad. They're a little hot-headed, but could be a lot worse. Peter Harris. Didn't we fire you and rehire you at some point? I feel like, am I wrong about that? You're asking nothing. A heart returned 24 quarter to, let's set up distribution, call it 600, hitting the wrong keys, 600, 600, 600. And let's keep rolling. We, almost humans. What is this? Felix production, action sci-fi. Okay. Could be worse. As a writer... Oh, we've got a couple of writers open. Milton, I'm gonna give you this weird thing here. And thriller? Or romance? Go find us another idea. Oh, our sound stages are fully built. I don't actually want to click on that. I want to right-click this, demo it. There's no reason to keep it. And let's start one last project for today. Let's go with Town with No Name, science fiction horror. Cinematographer. Okay, sound stages. This is a fantasy kingdom. None of these are going to be improved by being shot on location. Let's find someone who loves shooting on sound stages. Cornelius, that would be you. Filming tech and sound tech remain the same. For producer, you know what? Do it, yeah. Why don't you pair up with, say Bruce here. As for director, sci-fi horror, the only element, there's no actual elements to this. So that's drama. Lewis. Oh, you're 1 day left. I thought that was 1 movie left. Ernest, why don't you take it? As for our dejected idealist, Oscar, our femme fatale, Hazel is... that's 30, not 38, right? So actually, Femme Fatale should be maybe... more aged... Evil Sorcerer, more aged towards the age of the protagonist. Evil Sorcerer... I'm gonna say Chris Decker. Well, no. Let's maybe aim for someone that's a little... just a touch older. Charlie. Stamp this and start this rolling. And I think we're gonna go ahead and put a little stop here for today. If you've enjoyed this Let's Play so far, go ahead and leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you want to see more, and I'll see you next time where, how far off is the Heartless and the Hero? Actually fairly close. We'll also be doing the Pollux next time, and maybe we'll get the Heartless and the Hero, the first one out, and then we've got to wait, well, then we've got to produce 6 sequels all rapidly, one right after the other. Which, honestly, might be a bit of a pain. So, is the rules that we just have to release them in 1 year? Release 6 sequels to a single trash film within a year. So I think what we'll do is we'll produce 6, and then we'll just start releasing them rapidly, so that way we can be sure they all come out in the same year. And I'll probably start it I'll probably make it 1 calendar year too, just to be sure that we get it all done in one. In any case, that'll be next time, as I said. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.